Hi, today we're going to discuss the Expedition oxygen analyzer. The analyzer and sensors are made in the USA. The Expedition is a very rugged, reliable, easy to use unit with user replaceable components such as the 3 AAA batteries or the sensor. The sensors are fast responding and replacements are competitively priced. When you first get your Expedition oxygen analyzer, the first thing to do is open up the case to make sure you have all the components that are supposed to be with the unit. First thing would be the analyzer, the sensor flow cap, the sensor itself. It's an 013 sensor. Good time to turn the bag around, visually inspect to make sure the leads are attached to the back of the board prior to opening up the bag. Your warranty form and your quick start instructions. Prior to installing the sensor in the analyzer, there's a couple of things that we should inspect first. Your on-off switch and your calibration knob. On the on-off switch there's a little rubber black boot. We'll lift that up, which will unlock the switch itself, and we will turn it up in the up position. Once we do that, we'll see the display is turned on and there will be numbers on the display itself. The center position is off. The down position is display on with backlight. Once the backlight is on, we'll take the calibration knob and we'll turn it to the left or counterclockwise. The numbers should go down. If we turn it clockwise, the numbers should go up. Once we verify that it's working properly, turn the on-off switch off, press in the boot to lock it in position. Now we've already got an analyzer that we loosen the screws up just to expedite this session. We take the back of the case off. It's handy to have a rubber band laying around to wrap around the case and the battery pack to prevent it from dropping out. We now take the sensor. We inspect it before we slice the bag or use a pair of scissors to cut the top of the bag. Make sure the leads are attached to the board. Once that's done, we can cut the top of the bag off and remove the sensor. Make sure you don't cut the leads while you're doing it. Remove the O-ring from the sensor. That is not needed. We'll take the sensor and we'll put it in the case. We're going to screw this in clockwise, righty-tighty. Make sure that you don't have any resistance on the sensor itself. It should go in very smoothly, as you can see. If it's cross-threaded, you can cause damage to either the case or the sensor threads itself. So take your time with this. And it'll take several turns to get it in place. Once you're done, now we're going to take the Molex connector off of the sensor and we're going to place it in the Molex block on the analyzer itself. And there's a little locking device there to keep that in place. Once that's done, we've removed the rubber band, and now we can put the back of the analyzer back on the case. We'll screw in the 4 screws using a Phillips number 2 screwdriver. Now we can take the sensor flow cap and place that on the analyzer itself. We lift up the flow cap or the on-off switch, turn the unit on, display is functioning, and now we can calibrate it to 20.9. We're now ready to analyze gas. Your Expedition oxygen analyzer should be ready to analyze gas now. If you were going to analyze off of a DIN valve, place the flow cap inside the valve itself, open it up to a slow hiss. Same would apply with a yoke. However, there are some options to consider. There would be the BC flow restrictor and the DIN flow restrictor. With the BC flow restrictor, you would attach this to your low pressure hose on your BC which would then connect to your first stage regulator. The open end would just connect to the analyzer itself, the nipple on the sensor flow cap. If you were using a DIN valve, that could be screwed directly into the DIN valve itself. The valve could be open and it would attach to the nipple on the flow cap. One other accessory worth considering is the sensor saver. Prior to storage, you'd be taking your flow cap off and you could put the sensor saver right onto the analyzer itself. What that would do is increase the life of the sensor by anywhere from 2 months to 4 months depending on use.